Taj? Yeah? 9:05 in the morning. It's a bit early for a party, isn't it?
There's far too much food. Oh, that's nothing. You should look inside the fridge.
Get a complaint, you know, from the neighbours.
We are the neighbours.
There. How you doing, Larry?
Me, same as usual, up and down like a tarched trout.
Now then, the
Could do with a
croissant.
drink, though.
Oh, I think Phil's got something planned. There is. There's far too much food.
Well, that should get the dog happy.
Oh, where is she?
Good morning. Sorry to bother you. We tried the doorbell. Is Mr. Roth around?
Well, he's just gone into the house. Why? Well, if there's anything I can do, I happen to be his wife.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sunhill Police.
Police? On a Saturday?
Afraid so.
Never off duty the police, you should know that.
We won't take up more than 5 minutes of your husband's time.
If that.
Well, if it saves you hanging around, is it anything I can deal with?
No, I think perhaps it's better if you talk to Mr. Roth.
Oh, well, I'll fetch him then.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, thanks, Mark.
Hope we haven't spoiled anything.
So do I. It's supposed to be a celebration. Barbecue breakfast. Phil's idea. He thinks there's going to be a storm later on.
Never.
You tried telling him that.
So what are you celebrating?
Oh, it's our first wedding anniversary.
Oh.
Congratulations.
It's Sunhill Police. They said it won't take a moment, whatever it is.
Morning, Mr. Roth.
What is this? When I spoke to you yesterday, you said
Yesterday? What do
We
you mean?
telephoned yesterday.
that... I took the call, love. You were in the garden. It wasn't that important.
Exactly.
You asked whether or not we could have a chat.
That's right.
Your phone call was late yesterday afternoon. It's not even 10 o'clock. I would have come down if it was that urgent.
It won't take a moment.
Oh, no problem then.
Ah, good. The bar's open.
Hang on a sec, Larry.
So how are you keeping these days?
Fine, thanks. And you two?
Well, you know it is, Mr. Roth. Still stumbling on.
Your husband was kind enough to help us out a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
2 years ago. Was it that long?
Shall I be mother?
Oh, hang on a sec, will you,
Phil,
Larry?
do you know how much food you've got here?
Right, hold on, everybody. Flowers. Happy anniversary.
Lovely.
The bacon's done, but I'm not sure about the bangers.
Oh, they look fine to me.
It's a nice stray anywhere.
Oh, it's all right, Larry. Stub it out anywhere.
He usually does.
That's true.
So, how can I help you this time? If you need Sunhill Nick rewired, I can give you a good quote.
I'll remember that.
So, what is it you want?
Well, it's just a bit of chat, really. Off the record, of course.
Off the record?
Well, what we mean is that this little chat, well, it's not official, if that's all right with you.
It's fine by me. I never did believe in ceremony. So, what is it?
It's the same problem, I'm afraid. The same inquiry.
The same inquiry? After all this time?
Well, you know it is, Mr. Roth. Some things never go away.
Look, Mark, we must get some of that lot
You know,
onto a
this
serving
champagne's
plate.
going to go hot on us.
I'm sure I saw a serving plate somewhere.
Yeah, it's over there.
Oh,
So, have there been some developments or something?
How do you mean, developments?
Well, for you to want to come and talk to me again after 2 years must mean something's happened, mustn't it?
What sort of something?
Well, I don't know, do I? You tell me. Maybe the whole thing's been cleared up. Has it?
Well, it'd be nice to say that the whole thing's been cleared up, Mr. Roth. For every concern, but the fact is that things are the same as they were 2 years ago.
So what did I do? Forget to sign something? Because my memory's not that good, you know.
Don't worry. Ours is.
The champagne, Phil.
Oh, yes, ice.
Do we really want warm champagne on a day like this?
Bucket of ice. I left it in...
I'll help you.
Hang on a minute.
Have you ever come across a uniformed sergeant named Mountjoy? Ron Mountjoy?
No, never heard of him.
look,
I'm
let's
sure
move
he was at
this small
Sunhill. I used to
table
play
over
bowls
here.
with him.
I'm sorry.
Could you give us a hand, Larry, please?
All right. Don't notch your knickers.
This inquiry that my husband was involved in, what was it?
Well, to the best of our knowledge, your husband wasn't involved in anything.
Okay.
He was just helping us.
All right then, how? I mean, what did he have to do to help you?
We had to talk to quite a lot of people a couple of years ago. A lot of men. Just a process of elimination.
And my husband was one of those men.
Yes.
Well, was it something to do with his work?
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking, yes.
In what way?
There was a series of offences.
Concerning what? Building regulations?
No. Nothing to do with building regulations, Mrs. Roth. But there's nothing to worry about. It's all down to mathematics, really. Somebody's obviously got the sums wrong.
You're right, Beth. There's enough here to feed an army.
You know something? No one ever gives me flowers at breakfast time. Will someone put some fuel on that while I keep this lot
Maybe
hot?
later, eh?
Later?
Yeah, it'll keep.
What do you mean it'll keep? This is supposed to be a party, a special party. What right have you got to
It's
come
all right,
here
Babs.
and... No, it isn't.
No, I
It's
said
not-
it's all right. As the man says. Maybe later. We'll come back later.
Yeah. That's nice.
What's happening? Where's everyone going?
Party's postponed, Dad.
Postponed?
Yeah, for an hour or so.
Oh. Not bad news, I hope.
What? No. Nothing to worry about.
Oh. I had a tie somewhere.
Yeah, it's here.
Oh.
There you go.
Thank you. About an hour or so, you say?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Oh, right.
Sierra Oscar from DC Lines.
Sierra Oscar receiving.
Yeah, we're still following our inquiries at the home of Mr. Philip Roth. But his wife seems to me to be about 6 months pregnant. So I think it's a good idea if we get a WPC along here. Especially considering the nature of the case.
Can you hold a moment, Todd?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
We've got June Ackland on early. She's at Downbourne Estate. Can send her along to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine. Just tell her to say that she's just passing, and not that she's on a call, OK?
Annette and I met about 18 months ago. She knows nothing about all this.
About what? Will somebody please tell me?
Mrs. Roth, I'm sorry. We seem to be taking over your house. Here, why don't you come and sit down? So, what are you both hoping for? Girl or a boy?
We're not hoping. We know. I've had a scan.
It's going to be a boy.
Great. Do you mind if I...
No.
Now, like we said, there's nothing to worry about. And this really shouldn't take very long. It's just a matter of us getting a few things straight. So that our bosses can be satisfied. You know how it is.
Your friend also said that it's all a question of mathematics.
Well, I suppose it is in
and
a way.
that someone somewhere's probably got his sums wrong.
Something like that, yes.
What sums?
Annette, it's all
I
right.
need to know what he means. What sums?
The Black Barn Lane area. Do you know it?
Well, I've heard of it.
I was doing some work near there once. On the Black Barn trading estate. Along with a lot of other people.
So what's that got to do with anything?
Black Barn Fields, 2 years ago. The attacks that took place there.
Black? Oh, no. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, those poor women. Phil, what does he...
It's all right, love.
The man responsible was never found. Some people think he may have gone abroad. Some people think he may be dead. Others believe that it might happen again.
What, after 2 years?
Why not? Now, the point is that a thorough investigation was launched at the time of the attacks. About 1,000 men were interviewed. Men who lived or worked in the area, men who fitted descriptions given by witnesses and victims, men who drove cars similar to that of the suspect, men who dressed like him, walked like him, talked like him. I mean, just about everyone. Then we narrowed it down to about 350 men who couldn't give a proper account of their movements at the time of the attacks.
And I was just unlucky enough to be one of those men.
Which is where the mathematics comes in, do you see? And which is why there should be nothing to worry about. You see, your husband was able to tell us where he was on 4 of those relevant occasions.
So where were you?
When?
When it all happened?
What does it matter?
Well, it matters to me. Where were you?
I was with Jean.
Jean? You've always told me you haven't seen her for years.
Look, I was negotiating for a divorce at the time. I had to see her.
On 4 separate occasions? So what are solicitors for?
Look, it was all before your time, for God's sake.
It might have been once.
And it still is. It's all in the past, and so is she. We're the ones that matter now.
hope so.
We are. Today of all days. You might have mentioned all this when you rang yesterday.
Sorry? Mentioned what?
Well, just exactly what you were going to come here and talk about.
Well, we really didn't want to inconvenience you too much at that stage, Mr. Roth.
Inconvenience us? Look, what I mean is that you could have explained things earlier. Or at least given me the option of coming to see you rather than having you lot traipsing round here on a Saturday morning.
You saying you would have preferred that, Mr. Roth?
Preferred what?
To have come down to Sun Hill to discuss things?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all.
Because if you'd rather go back there with us now...
Right. I've had enough. Come on, love. Let's get on with this celebration of ours.
Where's everyone gone?
Got that information, Tosh? Yeah, somewhere. I thought you might like to put this back in the fridge for a while.
Now, wait a minute. What the hell is this? You people come walking in here, you upset my wife, and you ruin our day before it's even started.
You know, you could be right about that storm. It's getting very muggy out here.
These so-called sums of yours.
Yes.
Would you mind telling me one thing?
No, what?
How many of the 350 men on your short list have earned themselves a second visit?
Only one.
There's one of your people here, a policewoman.
What?
Would you mind telling her we haven't quite finished yet?
All right, I'll tell her.
Sorry about that, Mr. Roth.
If you'd like to sit in here.
Fine. What a lovely room.
Yeah, I did most of it. The cushions, curtains. I even papered the walls.
Oh, good for you.
But before this little lot. Anyway, if you don't mind, I'll just leave you to it.
So when's the happy event?
Oh, 10, 11 weeks. It's my first. And, well, we were all set to celebrate until your pals arrived. You see, it's our wedding anniversary.
Oh, lovely. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Now, the evening of the first offence. April 21st of that year, between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m.
I seem to remember I was never quite sure of that one.
But you were working in the Black Barn Lane area?
Yes, I think it was the first 2 days of the contract job.
That's what it says, eh?
Yeah. Well, there would have been a lot of toing and froing during that time. I was working a 16-hour day trying to make sure that contract stayed alive. It was very important to me.
I see.
And I seem to remember saying all that before as well. Word for word.
That's right. It's all down here.
Then why bother?
And you also say you were not in the vicinity of a public house called the Hop Garden at any time that particular evening?
Yes.
Hop Garden's part of the Black Barn estate, isn't it?
It's on the far side of it, yes.
If you can't be sure what you were doing when you were toing and froing, how is it that you know that you
Because I don't drink and drive. And I don't drink when I'm working, especially when I'm running my own business.
No one's asking whether you went into the pub, Mr. Roth. Only whether or not you might have passed by it.
I may have done, I don't remember, but I doubt it.
Why?
Because I've already said the Hop Garden is on the far side of the estate. And I was doing too many things that night to remember any one thing. We were all under a lot of pressure. Ask my employees, they must have felt the same.
We have. They did. And on the occasion of the second attack between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. on May the 16th, you were visiting the home of your ex-wife.
Yes.
At number 14 Abbotsford Walk.
That's right.
What happened to the contract job?
Still going on, but the panic had died down. We were normal hours.
You're working on site on the Black Barn estate on the 16th of that month.
During the day, yes.
And you say you also visited your ex-wife on the 3 other occasions listed here.
That's right.
Would you say she's the sort of woman, Mr. Roth, you could depend upon?
Well, to an extent, yes.
Even though you say she gave you a bad time all those years ago.
All right. So Annette's right to feel the way she does about her. That woman's trouble. Yeah, well... Look, she's always been a friend.
A friend?
Yes. To me.
I love my husband very much. I don't want anything to happen to him.
Nothing's going to happen to him, don't worry.
And I trust him. I've always trusted him. Even when my parents said it would never work. Because he's 12 years older and because he's been married before. I still trusted him. Could say I gave my parents up for him. In fact, I've given everything up. Listen to that.
So we're talking about the 21st of April, the 16th of May, 23rd of May, and the 8th and 19th of June all that year.
Yes.
Fine.
On the 4 occasions when you went to visit your ex-wife to discuss possible divorce, did you stay?
How do you mean?
Well, you see, we need to establish when you might have left your ex-wife's house on those occasions. The precise time. Well, I say precise, as near as possible.
And you expect me to remember that? What's the point of it, anyway?
Well, the point is that if we can't be sure when you left the house, it makes it very hard for us, well, to eliminate you from our inquiry.
All right, then. I was there the whole night. Does that make you happy?
Are you saying you stayed the night?
Yes. But only on 2 of those occasions.
Which 2?
Look, how do you expect me to remember exactly which 2 nights it was? Anyway, it wasn't that important.
No? Perhaps it was important to your ex-wife that you spent a couple of nights together, like old times, even if it didn't mean that much to you.
That's our business, not yours.
All right, Mr. Roth.
Never mind about all right, Mr. Roth. You people come walking in here, you wreck my plans for the day, and then when I go out of my way to cooperate, all I get is a lot of snide remarks about my past. I happen to be married again now, and I happen to be happy. Very happy.
And we happen to care too, Mr. Roth.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
We happen to care about victims. About the victims out at Black Barn Fields who were raped, assaulted and left for dead.
And do you think I don't care? Do you think I haven't tried to help? What the hell do you think I'm doing now if I'm not helping? I mean, what more can I do? You said yourself that whoever it is who attacked those women isn't going to help you out by doing it again because he's gone quiet. Gone abroad, you said. Or he could even be dead.
Or maybe married.
What?
Yes, he could have met someone, say, 18 months ago. Sort of whirlwind courtship, then a wedding. That might have quieted him down a bit.
For a while.
Oh, yes, only for a while. Mr. Roth, since we last interviewed you, has anything else occurred to you in the meantime? Anything you may now think's important for us to know?
Right. That's it.
Out!
I want you out, all of you, and you.
Your ex-wife has come forward, Mr. Roth.
Look, I've had enough. Out!
She's contacted us. She's come to us after 24 months.
She's contacted you?
Yes.
Why?
To tell us that she lied. That she lied for you all those months ago. She says you never went to see her during that time.
Phil.
Which is why we're here, Mr. Roth. 1 memory lapse in 5 we can accept. 5 out of 5 we can't.
It just isn't true. I mean, why should she lie? Why should she want to tell lies after all this time?
What?
Look, I told you I was with her. I just went there to talk about the divorce.
On all 4 occasions?
Yes.
Did you discuss divorce on the 2 nights you stayed?
Yes.
So how often do you see your ex-wife?
See her? Look, I don't see her at all these days, and we've just discussed the few times that I was stupid enough to go to her house.
What about since then? We can always ask her.
I saw on 2 or 3 occasions. Up until...
Up until when?
Up until Annette and I got married.
And were things okay between the pair of you?
Of course.
Did you stay the night again with your ex-wife on those 2 or 3 occasions?
What are you doing to me?
Mrs. Roth, can I make you a cup of coffee?
No. I said, what are you doing to me?
I didn't mean to. I didn't even want to do it.
You still did it.
She was upset. She didn't want the divorce to take place after all. I just went there to reason with her. She was in a really bad state.
What kind of a state do you think I'm in?
But I stopped it. As soon as we got married, I stopped it. And I told her I never, ever wanted her to contact me again. Ever.
Did you and your ex-wife ever plan to have children, Mr. Roth?
Yeah, but she couldn't have any. We both had a test. I was okay, but she was told no.
How did that affect her?
Well, it made her very angry. She felt that she was completely to blame.
What about revenge?
Revenge?
Is she the kind of person to want to get back at someone?
How?
I don't know. Perhaps by telling a pack of lies?
Yes. Especially now. Now that I'm about to become a father. And especially today. My anniversary. Yeah. If she could, she'd time it to the day.
Yes, well, that's what we thought, Mr. Roth, when we spoke to your ex-wife.
What you thought?
Yes. And because of that, we felt we had to talk to you just once more. Just to go over the whole business again. Even after all this time. We had to be sure. You do understand, don't you?
Yes.
Right. Thanks.